couple of minutes late and my glasses are dirty. We've literally just walked back through the door. We've been for dinner at my dad's house, barbecue, a post-World Cup final barbecue. So yeah, we literally only just got back through the door now. So we are starting 2 minutes late, but the way it works is the same as ever. So I have my cup of coffee at the ready. Let's just check if we've gone live on YouTube as well. Let's have a little look on there. So we are also live on YouTube. So usual message as ever, everybody. If you want to get involved in the Q&A element of this, then you need to be over on YouNow. The only chat I can see is the chat that's over on YouNow. So it's younow.com/Lelujo, or if you are watching on YouTube, the link to the YouNow page is down in the description, so you can use that to get on over here to YouNow as well. But same as ever, we've got the time it takes me to drink this freshly made cup of coffee to do a little bit of a Q&A on any topic you lot want to cue me on. I'll A any of them. So yeah. I warn you, I might drink this quite quickly because I'm a little bit dehydrated. I've just had my first alcohol, I think it was my second alcoholic drink of the year. It was a beer that my brother got me for my birthday. I had about 3 sips of it and just, nah, I still don't like beer apparently. So, but it just a little bit of a sip, and that's the only drink I had while I was there because I didn't want to be rude and ask for something that wasn't this beer I'd been given. So I'm going to down that coffee, I imagine. But we are going to be doing this Q&A style as ever. Hopefully you can hear me okay over the buzzing sound of my air conditioning. But it was 34 degrees in the car just now, so I need the air conditioning on, or I will actually melt out here with the flat black roof that I have above me. It just, oh, it's so hot in here. I have heard about France winning the World Cup. That's one of the reasons why we were at my dad's. We were watching the World Cup. I don't know why Anna's just shut the door. Hopefully it's only a temporary measure, because otherwise the air conditioning is going to make it even hotter in here, because I don't have the hose sort of goes out the door, and if the door's shut, oh, there you go, the door's open again now. Marvellous stuff. Where have you been? We've just been to my dad's. We watched the World Cup final and had a bit of a barbecue, and it was very pleasant. I'm pretty excited that Andy wants to go to London as well. It's my birthday today. I have autism. I'm going to have my birthday meal since I am. My question is, what did I do on my 18th birthday? I got this tattoo. So I did have a plan that on my 36th birthday I'd get it covered up, because then I would have had it for exactly half my life. I've now had it for more than half my life because I'm 36 in 5 days. But yeah, that's what I did on my birthday. I got that tattoo, and not a lot else really. Cares you're evil, I downloaded Pokemon Go because of you. That doesn't make me evil, that makes me cool. Look, I've got my Pokemon Go Plus on even now. When does Andy finish school for the summer? This Friday, so this is his last week of school until September. Get the pop replaced. I didn't buy it. It was one that someone sent me. If you look at today's vlog, you'll see that it was one that someone had sent me as a gift. So it doesn't need to be replaced anyway. It's absolutely fine. You can see from behind me, the boxes are not important to me. Do you ever plan ahead any meals for Andy to try, like the trip? I don't know what you mean. Explain that question, and I'll try and answer it again. Has Andy been talking about London today? Not massively. It's been a little bit of a difficult day with Andy. He's not had the best of days. We've had I think it was probably the first proper meltdown he's had since September, since the first day back at school in September he's had today. So he's had a bit of a challenging day earlier on today. He was fine by the time he went to my dad's, but yeah, it's been a little bit of a challenging one. So he's not really mentioned anything about London. Like I said on the vlog that came out at 5 o'clock, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know whether taking him to London for summer in the city will be the right thing. I think a few people in the comments got the wrong end of the stick. We won't be taking him to summer in the city. I'm going to summer in the city. I have a hotel booked. We thought it might be nice for Anna and Andy to come along and have a weekend in London while I'm at summer in the city. Andy would hate summer in the city. Anna would hate summer in the city. But we're now thinking that might be a little bit too much for Anna to cope with. Just having to have Andy to herself all weekend in a strange town where he's been quite clear in the past he doesn't want to be there. My microphone just span around and went away. But yeah, it's I don't know, we might we might just take him another time. But at least now we know going to London with him is on the table. Looking forward to seeing you and Dave in a tent with a ration pack. Please don't eat it in London. Well, I don't own a tent, so if I'm going to eat it anytime soon, it will be London, or I'll just do a standalone video about it. We won't have any trouble getting Andy back to school in September. He'll want to go back by then, I'm sure. Damien, I thought it was very clear what my plans would be for London as well, but I don't know. I don't know if some people maybe watch the vlog on fast forward, or they watch it while they're doing something else, or they skip huge chunks of it. I know from the analytics that a lot of people just skip through and only watch the bits that Andy's in. So those bits where I'm actually, you know, giving people the information that they're then asking questions, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but maybe a quarter of the people who start watching a vlog don't watch any of the parts of it that don't have Andy in. So that bit where I came outside to explain what the plan for London would be, about a quarter of the people who've watched that video won't have watched that explanation. I don't really get people. I don't know why you would just watch just for when Andy's on screen. It seems a bit odd, because then you miss out on all the context and explanation. What am I most looking forward to at Summer in the City? Just meeting people. That's all Summer in the City is for, really. It's very different from any of the other conventions that I go to, because there's nothing there. There's no reason to go there. I don't want to do the meet and greet stuff with other YouTubers, because I don't know who any of them are. It's very much an event for younger people, I think. So there's lots of YouTubers you can queue up and get photos and autographs with, but I don't know who a single one of them are. Actually, that's not true. I know who Elle Mills is, but that's only because Casey Neistat mentioned her. But every other single featured creator there, I wouldn't know them if they walked in here and sat down next to me now. So I'm not interested in any of that. The actual the stands and stuff that you can walk around, there's like 5 of them, or there was last year, and none of them are great. And it's nowhere near on the scale of Comic-Con. But the thing about Summer in the City is on the Friday, it's a really good day for education, because it's there just learning about the stuff I want to learn about as a creator. And then I didn't go to the Saturday and Sunday last year, but my plan for the Saturday and Sunday is to kind of dip in and out of the event just to meet up with people. So if there's anybody who's going to Summer in the City and wants to meet me, then I'll make sure I'm there when they want to meet me. Other than that, it's the Pokemon Go community weekend that weekend, so I'll be around about London doing that. Play Expo is going on in London that weekend as well, so I'll be going and doing that. But I certainly don't have any plans to be in Summer in the City for 3 full days. That just sounds like hard work. Did your pop figure come today? There is a box that looks like it's got a pop in it that came today, Ben, but I haven't opened it because I just haven't had time to sit down with a camera and open a box. So the box is sat on Anna's desk in the house, and it will be on the vlog that comes out on Tuesday. Kev, who was the best player at the World Cup for England? Pickford. How will Andy cope with the summer holidays? Don't know until they come around. I mean, he's not had a normal summer holiday for 4 years. Hold on, let's work this out. So last summer he'd been off for 1.5 years anyway, so that didn't really count. The summer before, yeah, and the summer before was his transition from... No, the summer before he was also refusing school as well, wasn't he? Because he was off for so long. And then the summer before that was his transition from primary school to secondary school. So he hasn't had a proper summer since the year before, since the summer between year 5 and year 6, and he's now going from year 9 to year 10. So we have no idea of how he's going to cope with a summer holiday, because he hasn't, you know, we've got nothing to base it on. Just another reminder for those of you who are watching over on YouTube, if you want to get involved in the Q&A side of this, you need to come over to YouNow. I can only see the chat that is here on YouNow. So if you are on YouTube, the link to the YouNow thing is down in the description, or you can go to younow.com/Lelujo, get involved in the Q&A. Would you ever make a documentary style video about Andy, showing him over like 6 months to show his progress? Probably not, but mainly because I don't have the skill to make a proper documentary style video. Maybe at some point in the future I might develop the skill to be able to do it, and I'd like to be able to, but at the moment I just don't have the skill to be able to do that. I noticed how in the description you tacitly put your wish list first. Well, Tig, it's my vlog. It's my whose name's above the door? It's Kev's channel. So I'm the only... This is the conversation I do have with people sometimes when they moan that Andy's not on for a day or two, and I do have to remind people every now and again, The channel's called Kevin Chapman, not the Chapman family, not Kevin and family, not Kevin and Andy. It's my vlog that my family feature on when it's right for them to feature on it. But yeah, it's just how it is, isn't it? When we were setting this up, I did say to Anna, do you want this to be a proper family vlog? Are you all going to be a proper part of it? Is anyone else ever going to hold the camera? Are you going to get involved in any of that side of things? And Anna just wasn't interested. The girls not interested. Andy, obviously, he wouldn't be able to do that side of things. So it was very much a case of I wanted to start a vlog. They don't mind being part of it when they want to be a part of it. You'll notice over the last week or so, Anna's not been on very much at all because she just didn't want to. She didn't feel like being on over the last week or so, which is fair enough, bearing in mind what's been going on. But because of the fact it's my name, my vlog, they don't have to be on, which is, I think, important. How would Andy take to flying? No idea. Again, because he's never done it. So he might love it, he might hate it. Like telling him he's going to try something new to eat on Tuesday would get... the thing is, food's very different. Food's very, very different. So I don't think it would work. Am I staying up for Extreme Rules tonight? No. It doesn't look very good. It just looks like it's going to be a really long show. I'll watch it, fast forward in the boring bits tomorrow at some point. Did you ask Dave if he'd hold the camera? We did buy Dave a GoPro harness and he wore it for like 10 minutes and it just kept spinning around underneath him and wasn't working properly. So Dave wasn't capable of holding the camera either. My day's been all right. Here's the coffee. Someone was asking about the coffee a minute ago. Will we ever take Andy to Brighton? Maybe. Have you ever thought about trying to get the ability to show other children as well as Andy at his school? I wouldn't want to do that. I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. Like, again, that might be something that I would do if we were just an autism vlog. You know, if the channel was purely focused on autism and raising autism awareness, then I would make touch with local charities, local businesses, local schools, and we'd do more documentary style stuff. I don't see how it's possible to do a true daily vlog under just it being an autism channel. And I'm far more interested in doing the vlog for me creatively then I would be interested in just information sharing or awareness raising. So I think we have a good balance at the moment of the whole purpose of the channel is it tracks my life day to day. So if I have a day that's particularly relevant to something to do with Andy or something to do with autism in general, then we'll look at that day. But it gives me the potential to do stuff like, for example, when we go to somewhere, or when I go to somewhere in the city, I'm not going to see Anna and the girls and Andy. I'm not going to see any of them for 3 days. Now, I'm not going to stop the vlog because of that. I'm not going to leave Anna there with a camera to send me through footage. It's going to be 3 days of just Kev at a YouTube convention. So there's not going to be any autism awareness for 3 days, which is fine because that's not what the channel is. The channel's Kev's channel. And we do whatever Kev is doing that day. And I think that's a good balance for the channel to have. Where is Andy now? Having his bath, I should think. Or, yeah, he'll be having a bath. In other words, did Kevin Chapman ever thought about his holidays? I don't know what you mean, Jerome. Are you uploading these live shows to YouTube, or is it just some of them? They're not publicly shown on YouTube. You have to go into that day's vlog and look in the description, then there's a link to them. So I don't make them public, but it is possible to find them, but you have to find them through that day's vlog, and then there's a link in the description. I just didn't want them all cluttering up the channel. I've checked on my Amazon, it says the pop has been delivered. Yeah, that'll be, it looks like a pop shaped box, Ben, so I'll be opening that up very soon. Yes, I'll be vlogging somewhere in the city, plus other stuff too while I'm there. Probably it won't just be somewhere in the city. There'll be Play Expo that weekend. There'll be the Pokemon community event that weekend. There'll be plenty of videos that weekend. Yeah, as Christy says, you're more than just an autism dad. It's nice to have stuff for yourself and be your own person too. Exactly. I love the way you say bath. Thank you. If Andy did go, what would you do with him? What if he came to somewhere in the city? I wouldn't do anything with him, apart from when I'm not in somewhere in the city. And I don't mean that really harshly. And this is the conversation me and Anna had. Somewhere in the city for me is a working weekend. So I'm going down there to work. I would be in the event all day Friday, because I need to be. That's what I've paid the money to go and do, the Creator Day. So while that's going on, Anna and Andy would go off and do their own thing, whatever they wanted to do. And then the rest of the weekend, I need to be able to nip in and out of somewhere in the city, nip in and out of Play Expo. There might be the opportunity to get out and about and see some of the sites, but realistically, it would mainly be Anna doing stuff with Andy that weekend, while I was off doing work stuff, because it's a working weekend. Basically, we were just trying to think of a, not free, but pretty much cheap, very cheap way to get Andy to London, because I'm going to be there anyway. I've got the hotel booked anyway. I'm driving down, so it wouldn't actually cost us any more money for Anna and Andy to tag along. I've got a family room booked in the hotel, because Lucy and Amy were originally coming with me, but they decided they didn't want to go. So I've got a family room booked in the hotel, so it wouldn't cost us any more for Anna and Andy to come along. But I think probably there'll be better opportunities to get Andy to London. Will you take Andy to the autism show next year if he keeps improving? Probably not. Maybe. I don't think he'd enjoy it. I think the whole thing would be too much for him. There's nothing there for him. Yeah, I just don't think he'd enjoy it. If he got to the point where he could tell me he wanted to go, then that would be different. But at the moment, he wouldn't enjoy it. When you film Community Day on Pokemon Go, will you film your screen? I haven't even thought about it yet. Probably not, because I don't plan on making Pokemon videos. But, you know, there'll be little bits that get into the vlog, like, right, I'm now heading over to this part of London to do this. And then I'll perhaps show a little clip of me doing that. But there's not any plans to make full-on Pokemon videos. What are my plans for Andy when he's older? It's not mine and Anna's place to make plans for Andy. That's for him to do. We want him to be as independent as possible, to make his own decisions as much as he can. So we consciously make the decision not to plan for his future, because we want him to do the planning for his future. We want him to do what he wants to do and sort it out for himself. Will I wear a waistcoat when I'm England manager? No. What does my Pokemon bracelet do? It flashes blue when I go past a Pokestop, so I can just press it and it spins the Pokestop for me, so I don't have to get my phone out. And I can also have it set up so it catches Pokemon for me as well, but I don't have it doing that because it only does one throw and it'll miss out on some of the good ones. So I literally just use it so that when I'm walking about, if it vibrates or flashes blue, I can just press the button and it does the Pokestop for me, just so that I've got a constant flow of Pokeballs coming in. Which saves lots of money on having to buy stuff like that. I have heard about Meadowhall. I've been there. Andy might take Andy there one day. We don't really have a good reason to go to Sheffield. Your talk on school refusal was really good. I've been for it twice with my son. Oh, that's really cool. Will I be doing FIFA 19 on my channel? Never. I know that Andy may never understand love and relationships, but if he came out as gay when he was older, if he understood, would you support him? Yeah. I don't really get the question. Of course we would. Like I say, it's not our place to make his decisions for him. He can live his life the way he chooses to live his life and love who he wants to love, just like everybody else. Nobody, to be honest, anyone who has an issue with people being gay just needs to do one. I mean, we're not living in the 1940s anymore. You know, if people have an issue with someone else being gay, then they need to have a long, hard look in the mirror at what an epic loser they are. What do you consider is the biggest challenge for both yourself and Anna every day? That's a big question. That's a really big question. The biggest challenge for me, certainly, which probably I imagine you're probably asking down the lines of with Andy, but Andy's not really a challenge anymore. We get him up, he goes to school, he's absolutely fine. The biggest challenge for me is coming up with fresh video ideas and trying to keep the content fresh and keep everyone coming back, because ultimately that's how we pay the bills. So every morning I wake up with that pressure, but it's good pressure of, right, I have to make a video today that was better than the one I made yesterday, because I need to make sure that people watch it and want to come back for tomorrow. So yeah, it's very important. Why have you got a pen? I don't know. I always fiddle with pens. I like to fiddle with things. Which of my YouTube videos do I like the most? That's a good question. I don't know. Generally the more recent ones, because I think I'm getting better at it all the time. We did a particularly good one recently. I think it was one of the ones from Boston, which was really good. The one, the why he loves churches, I think that was a really good video. Although it was a bit long, and if I had a chance, if I had the opportunity to re-edit it now, it would be 5 or 6 minutes shorter and a lot crisper. But yeah, I generally don't release any videos until I like them. So I like them all, but I like more of the more recent ones more than the old ones. Now I've started doing that thing where I link back to this day last year in the description to the vlog every day. I look back at some of the videos from the previous year and think, oh my word. Especially when we're getting to the point now where I'd already decided to go and do this as my job, and looking at some of the quality, looking at some of the videos I was putting out, what was I thinking? I'm an idiot. What's the most stupid question situation? Oh, I wanted to read that one. What's the most stupid question situation you've been in with Andy and professional people around him? The stupidest situation was January this year, where everyone panicked because he lost weight because he was poorly. And we kept telling everyone not to panic. He does it every year, and no one listened, and it was just dumb. How's Pokemon Go? I've been enjoying it today. CJ hates the sun. How can you hate the sun? What, as in the weather? You can't hate the weather, surely. I can understand hating the newspaper, the sun, but not the weather. Does Andy like reading? He likes being read too. He doesn't really do a lot of reading himself. Has Andy tried any new food? He had a bite birthday cake at my dad's just now. He had a little corner of a taco yesterday. Did we have tacos? Whenever we had tacos, you had a little corner of tacos. Would I ever hire an editor? Not for the vlog, Ben. I would consider doing it for the Football Manager videos, but there's not really a lot of editing that goes into them. But it would just be a time-saving thing where I would literally just have to record the videos and then have them appear on the channel, because there's no editing really. I do everything in camera, and so for that one maybe, but for the vlog, no, because most of the storytelling, most of the actual creativity comes in the edit rather than in the recording. So I think you lose a lot of the creative endeavour of it if you get someone else to edit it for you. The thing is, it was stupid as they would have done nothing if you didn't. Yeah, exactly. Can you explain about Lucy and Amy? What about them? Do you think you and Anna will have a baby? No. How do you feel about France winning the World Cup? Well, I am part French, so I'm pretty happy about it. I would always, whenever England get knocked out, I always support France, because I mean, it's a very small part of me. My great-great-granddad was French, so it's like a tiny, tiny part of French. But France would always be my second team in the World Cup, so I'm pretty happy. In the vlog today, you mentioned putting Dave in kennels. Would you not consider leaving him with your dad? No, because my dad's not really a dog person. How I know them? What, my children? I know them because they're my children. Lucy and Amy are my children. How many pop figures do I have roughly? I think it's about 150, but I don't actually know. Am I going to do the John Barnes World in Motion rap? I'm not. Okay, I've silent viewer till now. I'm curious, do you make time for self-care? You're so supportive of family, making sure you get... No, I don't. Me and Anna were actually talking about this in the car on the way back from my dad's, about how, because my brother and my dad are both doing Slimming World at the moment, and I know I need to lose weight. I've been trying to lose some weight, but one of the things that I said was, I mean, Slimming World sounds fine. I can't afford to do Slimming World at the moment. I can't afford to join a gym at the moment. I can't really afford to buy really healthy food at the moment, because we are properly skint after all that money we had to spend on hotels. I mean, it cost us sort of 700 or 800 quid to go back and forth to Nottingham over the course of a couple of weeks. And then when you factor in paying towards the funeral as well and all the other costs, I mean, it's like a serious 4-figure sum that we weren't anticipating having to spend. So I can't afford to do all that stuff at the moment. So the closest I get to any self-care is I go out and walk Dave for a bit of exercise. I read a few comics, and I try and eat as healthy as I can in the circumstances. Nick, I know. I did. Anna said to me yesterday, "Did you do weight loss Wednesday on Thursday on Friday?" And I went, "No, I completely forgot. It'll be back next week. Don't worry." What's my favourite part of doing YouTube? Being able to get up every morning and doing exactly what I want with the day is brilliant, and you can't put a price on that. I've just sat here moaning about being skint for a few minutes, but I would not trade my life now for my life 2 years ago when we had plenty of money but I didn't do a vlog. No, I would not trade it. I wouldn't even have to think about it. Just no. At the moment, I get to do whatever I want all day, every day. As long as I find a way to do something constructive that could earn me some money from it, then it's all good. My daughter looks just like Amy. Awesome. When will Anna be part of the Q&A again? If we get an opportunity when Andy's at respite. I do these Q&As during Andy's bath time. So that's the reason we started doing them at this point, because previously I would just sort of be sat around in the house right now drinking a cup of coffee, getting ready to go on Twitch at 9 o'clock. And when YouNow approached me to come over here and start doing streams, I thought, well, the only place I can really fit that in, the only dead time I've got each day is between 8 and 9, when I normally just sit around and drink a cup of coffee getting ready to stream. So I started streaming Q&As. When's the next train station simulator video coming out? Check the community page on my gaming channel, or should I say my Football Manager channel. I had to make a bit of an announcement on there on Friday. There won't be any more non-Football Manager videos on the gaming channel. I explain properly why in the post on there. I'm not going to get into it here because I know a lot of people who are watching here probably don't care about my gaming channel. But if you go over to the gaming channel on the community page, or check my Twitter, I tweeted it as well, then there's an explanation on there, and it does cover what Tyke's just saying about a second channel for gaming. I mentioned that in the explanation as well. So it's not that there won't ever be any more videos on other games, they just won't ever be on that channel, and there won't be any full stop until September at the earliest. We talked about putting a GoPro on Dave at the start of this stream, and he just wriggles out of it. Best WWE match of the year so far. Gargano Ciampa. The first one. Is YouTube stressful sometimes? Yeah, every day. It's the most stressful job I've ever had. You're constant, and I need to get out of it, but you constantly... I mean, an example of some of the things that I stress about every day. Will this video get as many views as yesterday? If it does, is that enough? Oh, there's a slight downward turn on this part of the graph. Will it ever go back up again? And it does. It's always like up and down, up and down, up and down. It's never in a straight line. We got less subscribers today than yesterday. Is it all over? I can't think of anything to make a video about today. Am I done? Am I finished? There's so much stress, but it's good stress. It's stress that motivates me and keeps me keen. Would I prefer Harry Kane or I don't know who Julian Mbappe is. Is that Kylian's brother? Mbappe's obviously better than Kane. Everybody knows that. I'm training to become a primary school teacher. Just wanted to ask if you have any advice when helping autistic children. Just, you got to get to know them as people and find out what makes them tick. So as soon as you get an idea of what their likes and dislikes are, what motivates them, they're just like dealing with any other kid. When is Andy going to get a passport? When he needs one. My live stream schedule here on YouNow is Monday, Thursday, Sunday, 8 PM. Who was better at the World Cup, Mbappe or Kane? Again, Mbappe. The ads on your vlog channel are weird, but on your gaming, they're normal. I guess it's just because of the makeup of the audience, I guess. Do I like when fans bump into me? Yeah, if someone meets me in the street, says hello to me in the street, I love that. What I don't like is people turning up at my house. But if I'm anywhere other than my house, I welcome people coming and saying hello to me. It's awesome. What's the worst part of Andy having autism? I don't really know how to answer that question. It's just, I've never known Andy not having autism, so I wouldn't know how it would be different. Has there been any point where Andy's had a meltdown and you've thought, I don't have to do this? Yeah, loads of times, Ben. I talked about that quite a lot on the video we did about mental health for parents of children with autism about a month ago, maybe. I talked about that in quite a lot of detail. But yeah, when things were really... I mean, it hasn't happened for a long time, but back when he was refusing to go to school and everyone was miserable, there were a few times I thought, there's no actual reason why I need to stay. He's not my kid. Me and Anna aren't married. I don't have to be here. But I never actually took it seriously and went anywhere. I think the deep dive episodes are some of the best on your channel. I think they're really good as well, Tyke. Weirdly, they don't get as many views as the other videos. Again, I think it's down to that thing of, A, they're longer than normal videos, so it's more a commitment to take on a 25-30 minute video than it is a 10-minute video, and that'll put some people off. Plus, people know Andy's not going to be in them, and like I say, there's so many... Well, not so many. It's maybe a quarter of the subscribers are there purely to look at Andy. I don't really even get the mentality. I find it a little bit uncomfortable. It's like they just want him to dance for him or perform tricks for him or something. I don't really know what they're looking for, but there are a lot of people, or a significant chunk of people, who don't care what I've got to say, so they won't watch those videos. I watch Loki rambling. I can deal with longer Kev videos. Good. You're my favourite YouTuber. You and Andy are so inspirational. You've put a smile on my face. Oh, thank you. Am I going to any of the NXT UK tour dates? I am. I'm going to the Sunday night in Cambridge in a couple of weeks, which will be very cool. No offence, but I don't really enjoy the gaming channel, so I don't game. I still vote. Oh, thank you, Baker. What am I streaming on Twitch? Football Manager. How did Andy learn to count in French? No idea. Right, folks, this is my last mouthful of coffee. So if we've got any final questions that need to come in, now is the time to get them in. Otherwise, you're going to miss your opportunity and you'll have to ask them tomorrow. You say you don't like fans turning up to your house, but as someone like a Tesco food delivery guy noticed you. Yes, again, Ben, you know a Tesco food delivery guy has noticed me. Was that you? But I mentioned that on Twitter. Yeah, I opened the door to the Tesco delivery guy and he just pointed at me and went, Lelujo! And I thought that was quite cool. I don't mind that. Yeah, there'll definitely be a video of the NXT event, don't worry. What's the worst interaction you've had with a fan? There's never been a really bad one. The time the kid turned up to my house was pretty bad. There was one that was very, very uncomfortable, which it was, and it's unfair on the guy concerned because he didn't know, and it couldn't possibly have been his fault, but we felt very uncomfortable with it. It was the day Anna's mum died, or the day after Anna's mum died. We'd been out sorting out all the bits and pieces, and we took Andy to the shopping centre afterwards in Nottingham, and we hadn't announced, the video announcing her death hadn't come out yet, so nobody knew she was dead. And this lovely guy came up to us and chatted to us in the shopping centre, and we were just kind of numb to the whole situation and didn't give him the attention that we would normally give to someone when they stop us and say nice things to us. And it was really uncomfortable. And like I say, it was completely our issue, not his issue. He was absolutely fine. I'm not saying I wouldn't want to meet him again. I would love for him to come and see us again and us do it properly and get him in the vlog and shake his hand and do a selfie with him and all that stuff that people like to do. But it was such a difficult situation to be in because he didn't know that she was dead. If he hadn't seen the vlog from the day before, he wouldn't have even known she was ill. As far as he was concerned, we were just in Nottingham hanging out with Andy. Andy was having a great time, but Anna was like holding back tears, and I was concerned about her and just generally stressed about the whole situation. And I was really quite worried about how the video would go across as well, because I didn't know if it was the right thing to do to release a video announcing that she was dead. In the end, it was very well received, and I think we managed to do it respectfully, which was good. But I was worried that there could be some backlash of people saying, Kev, you're just trying to cash in on someone dying, this is awful. And that wasn't what I intended to do at all. I just wanted everyone to know what was going on. So I was stressed thinking about all that and worrying about Anna. Anna was really upset because her mum had just died, and it was just a really, really difficult one. So that poor guy, he probably thinks we're really rude. If you're in the chat now, I'm sorry. Come and see us the next time we're in Nottingham. Right, here's my last mouthful. How is Anna doing? She's alright. I think she just wants the funeral to happen now. which will be happening at some point this week. We're not deliberately not saying when, because we don't want... I don't think anyone would, but we don't want anyone to turn up. So we're not saying when it's happening. I don't look at DMs, JR 17, 12, 13. So no, I haven't seen your Twitter DM because I don't read DMs. Am I sure I drank it all? I'm pretty sure. It looks pretty empty. Does Andy hit other children? No. Okay, I've totally understand you handled it like the legend you are. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed my speech, Emily. Thank you. Right, we are going to end things there because I'm live on Twitch very soon. So if you want to keep the conversation going, come over to Twitch, twitch.tv/LaLujoFM. I'll be live on there at 9 o'clock this evening, so it's just enough time for me to make another coffee and get myself all set up with Football Manager. So I will see you lot tomorrow back here on YouNow, and obviously back for tomorrow's vlog and all that stuff. Thank you for watching, folks, and I will see you again very, very soon.